Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sogdian series here on the Lord Master channel. As the retinue returns to Samarkand eventually, as disease has came and went, which started in Fergana, made its way down here for a while we were fighting against the nomads, particularly the Bulgars, the cognate of the Bulgars, which they are becoming more and more of a menace. The farmer. She does hold the Bastum of Albania, whereas for him, he was a tough opponent, but soon the cancer will take him. Would it cause a change of government, or I don't know. Let's hope for instability for the Bulgar Cognate. And then, sooner or later, and it will be soon, it will happen in this episode, I guarantee it. The Sogdian War of Independence will be coming. We will fight against the Turan Cognate, which is led by the Shakan Buddhist. I mean, yes, he may have regained its strength. Whereas for us, it's going to take some time for us to recover, but we will recover nicely. And also, we do have a suitable heir to continue the struggle of Sogdian freedom, and including retaking the Fergana region as a whole when we are free. Well, what about the rest, such as areas of Parthia or even all the way to the Tarim? Well, I doubt if we want to form our own empire by going through there and go to Sirindia, but that could be an idea, but I cannot guarantee it because of the Gupta Empire and the eventual return of Iran Shah, led by the Turan dynasty, Parthian descent, but culturally Persian. We do have a alliance between us because of the marriage, but we cannot guarantee if they'll ever come protect us or whatever. But we will continue the build of our military, including a new retinue, just to make it up to 500 strong. It's 250 and then there'll be another 250 in the future, so we will have 500 strong for retinues, because we recently increased our military organization, which jumped from this to this. Again, it takes up 880 retinue cap usage and pays a lot as well. We just need every help we can get, as well as having enough cavalry to counter against Bulgar aggression, since they are mainly of that, and they got a lot of clans with them, but we just need something to, there's words for it, to keep them away from here. But for now, this is a resting period. But the struggle will continue. And we hope for the best. Especially more riding grounds. Yes, a lot more. A lot more light, heavy cavalries, as well as horse archers. Renowned physician. But do not worry. One day, the Sogdian flag will wave freely across all the land. There will be freedom. There will be brotherhood and unity in Sogdiana, even though I believe that it already occurred. There'll be no marriage between you and... No need to take revenge. I'm sure he's done a lot of bad things, but we're more interested in our own freedom. I could care less of what he does on his daily basis. That would be antagonizing the whole court. Even though I'm the elder stateswoman, but we're just setting up the whole idea of a Sogdian independence war. And Yenna will also be leading the charge. She is the defender. Won't do much damage against the enemies, but will fight well in the defense. As she is brawny, stubborn, and ambitious. Very good of a combat skill that she doesn't need weapon training. Shrewd and opportunistic, might as well be optimistic, Sogdians have settled in large numbers in a Kazakum desert. These merchants, farmers, warriors, noblemen, and other colonists are bringing along with them connections to the massive Sogdian network that has sustained the Silk Road. If this colony succeeds, it will bring us much profit and prosperity. It is interesting. They live here now. Because we're making it a place to be here. And they continue on their expansion. So now they will reach the borders of China itself, reaching the edge. That's what they want, and that's what they're gonna get. Oh my goodness, he's a cannibal. Another reason why we should fight for our freedom, because he's a madman. Not yet a lunatic. You are just like her. Brawny, ambitious, stubborn, and erudite, but however you lose out here because you have a lisp. That little speech impediment is an issue. Sorry, son. If you want the throne, fight for it. Unless I could send you off to Symbol Mercenary Company, and that'll make us some nice fortune, but unfortunately, you know, that could, you know, take some levy away. The levy size, but I think we should do that whenever we are free. For anybody who wants Sogdian mercenaries. Plus, it'll get them out of the line of succession, I believe. But who knows? I don't know. I don't know how everything works. Much like how this, this Kagan, who was a guard veteran. What do they mean by that? Guard veteran. Are there any other characters that has that trait? Guard veteran? Guard. Well, here's a minion, Bozog Vamada. Do you remember society? None. Zavanest guard veteran. Elite military order. Just type guard vet. Bulgar. French. Maybe it's just applied to those who are at a certain age. Nope, not certain age, because I saw one that's younger. Like 31. Does that mean that they have to be serving as commanders for a very long time, or were they mercenaries, or what? We don't know. If anybody who's an expert on the playing of When the World Stopped Making Sense, how do you earn the guard veteran trait? Because it seems that it works for Zoroastrians and even a Kumast. See? Guess it can happen to anybody. Is it just it has to be a commander or somebody who has a long time, or certain traits? I mean, I see the zealous ones, but not an exception. I guess it doesn't matter what personality. Maybe it's just you served as a commander or a marshal for a very long time. Who knows? Unless it's at an event, or you get something out of an event. Why would I recruit you? They don't care about the one up there, but here in Sogdiana we do. Might have to recruit you because there could be some potential. Such as you could be our next marshal, our next baboon. Now that we thought about it. As Yenna is. Just turned 16. And he likes me well enough, so let's offer a non-aggression pact between us. Let's hope he takes it. So they'll never attack us when Sogdiana becomes free. He is the heir to the Empire, so you will have this marriage. Honor the betrothal. If you don't, there's gonna be problems. And he did. Good. Just as normal Sogdian fair. We'll hold a next special fair whenever we are independent. A non-aggression pact with the Gupta Empire has been signed. As long as we live. Look again. Guard veteran. They're all male characters, right? Yes, they're all male characters. Females cannot acquire it. I see. One merchant at this fair has a fine selection of spices from all across the world. India, China, Africa, Persia, and elsewhere. I see pepper, saffron, cumin, turmeric, cloves, and more. Spice some of these so my cook can use them. Look at me all gray-haired like. Let's see which ones I would like. Hot spices. Just a little more health. Indian non-flatbread. Guess that's our favorite at this point. Just came here to buy some spices and food. And to ensure the security of all of our provinces, we're building forts in all places that we control. Just to slow down the raiders. Oh, and build that hospital while you're at it. Yeah, we're fortifying everything. In case of raiders and other aggressors. Oh god, now what? Oh god dog it. Shut the gate. For once. That means you're sticking with me now. Again, diseases like these delays our plans for independence. But it ain't gonna stop us from building more hospital buildings. Just to have necessary conditions to approve it. Sorry that my dog's a rowdy one. My husband's active. Hey, you're not doing anything. Go deal with him. Large smuggler operation now. Get in the way, of course. We're gonna catch him. You're gonna catch him. And you might as well catch a disease as well. This is your moment. Station yourself over there. That disease hardly goes up there. My steward, Dirkon Banda, wants to talk about the old tunnels under the castle. The argument is that they should be maintained now that the times are rough. You'll never know when you have to get out, and quickly. What happened to you? Oh, wait a minute. I think I know who got wounded. I told her to collect taxes, and this is what happens when you go collect taxes in... Oh, that is yours. Okay. So, splendid idea. I rummaged through my things and hand him a faded map of the tunnels. I think he got wounded by angry peasants who were trying to collect taxes from him. My liege, Ekon catches up with me as I'm strolling down the main hall. He looks concerned and ordered him to spit it out. Whatever the news is. The tunnels, my lady. He breathes continuous stone that somebody's been using them, and guards stumble upon tools and torches recently used by the looks of it. This is a great opportunity for the ambush. So we ordered more guards in the tunnels, hoping to catch anyone sneaking in or out. My guards have captured someone in the tunnels. However, the person does not seem completely stable. The guard's face is not showing the usual bloodthirst when they present Namdar, the troubadour. A star-looking, oddly jumpy person. Ooh, a brawny man. Nice hairstyle. Distinctively Sogdian. Well, let's hear what he has to say for himself. So I ordered him isolated for questioning. I approached the locked door warily. Inside, Namdar's talking quietly to himself. The guards tell me he claims to have a lover at court, and they were on their way back to the castle when his beloved fell ill. Devastated from the loss, he remained in the tunnels. He doesn't seem all there, my lady. I don't know about him. But I'll just say, that poor thing. Let him join my court. Whatever disease took the lover of landlords obviously left him immune. Somewhat jittery Namdar joins my court. He could be a potential steward should the old one pass away. Come on in. I'm a socializer, you know? Like meeting newer people. I am absolutely minded flipping through a book after another long day where there's a light tap on the door. Before I can get up, the door is open and then Namdar enters. He silently crosses the room, slowly unbuttoning his nightshirt. His intentions are plain as day with smoldering eyes. Oh my goodness. You have any idea? There's a 25-year difference between us. What is the matter with you? What is the matter with you? I'll just say, what are you doing here? Get out! He flees the room. The embarrassment is clearly too much to handle. I'm an old woman, damn it! That man ain't right. I apparently fall asleep while working hard last night. Perhaps I am overworking myself too hard. You don't want to lose the diligent trait. But I'll say, no, I'm not working hard enough. No rest for the weary. I guess he expanded his borders again. I've been having some mild skin issues lately, mainly just some bad eczema and rashes. My doctors prescribed me a cream whose main ingredient is ground sulfur. You know, I don't like the look of that. I don't like that talk. Skeptical. She's more into intrigue. It's a localized disease of consumption then. She's been disfigured. Died of the succumbed to severe injuries. Crud. Stretching. Just laying down on my back on my bed. Yes, I sit on a bed. That's how I play PC games. I got a desk and I use my bed for a chair. I don't have a dedicated so-called gaming chair. I know it's bad for my back, but do not worry. You can always just lay down and relax as long as nothing happens. Unless there's raiders. Ah! I knew it! There was raiders! As soon as I looked up. Okay then. Hey, you still around? You crazy man? Obsessed with oral hygiene? We'll catch him. You'll be there on the 24th? You'll be there on the... Be there on the 3rd of October. Yep, we got you surrounded. Young Fauna loves keeping her things in order and patiently spends a lot of time on it. How'd you like to become diligent? Which she did. You didn't need any commanders for it. Yeah. I try to get a good night's sleep, but I'm tormented by horrible recurring nightmares of I feel. The pleas for help and the hurtful words begin to get me. The last thing I would want is a craven trait. Maybe moving the capital to Kutal could help. I don't want to have that craven trait since I've done so much, so good for for the country. I am going to open the gates. And then I'm going to move the capital, since apparently that disease is not spread to there. And I can move it back when it's all over. It's a smart move, alright? This is temporary. May you have a son, so that way you can have this bloodline, and then your children will have this bloodline. And I hope none of the children have worry mouth, because it's, you know, it's not right. Oh God, who killed him? Murdered on the orders of Farid Dununash, my nephew. What is the matter with you? I ought to have you arrested for this, and I'm going to take your money. In fact, that's what I'm going to do right now. Gotcha. Get out of here. Committed a horrible crime, but I'd be glad to take all of his money that he earned while he was serving his time in Kashgar. After a stressful day, drinking some fresh, cool water is so relaxing. Yeah. I just drank my cup of cold water just now. Celebrate Nowruz. Everybody knows what the events are like. So let us be moved with the Take Perusi. As part of the Nowruz celebrations, I exchange presents, usually sugar, with my friends and loved ones, including those who could be considered as my rivals. Oh, it doesn't matter. Just say this year I spent a lot of money on these presents because I can. Oh, you got twins. One's gonna be Roxana, and this one is a son. Okay. Vishtasp. Now that's a fine name. Now, what do they mean? Like when it says if Zoroastrian, does that mean proper Orthodox Zoroastrian or within the whole group? I think the whole group would have been called Mazdan, so I don't know if we can have those effects. My patron deity was Kshatravai. No, my faith has served me well because it really helped with the development of a greater Sogdiana. Every little bit helped. Translation house. Oh, that's in Kota. Don't spend it. Because you'll soon be returned to Samarkand when the disease blows over. But in the meantime, let's hold a Sogdian fair. Just another normal one. We'll hold a special fair after our independence. Let me look around real quick. They broke up that cognate. They split up. The duo have taken over. They've separated. So that makes them slightly weaker. Which perhaps it would be for the best. That's good. So the Bulgars should not be a threat to our ambition. Teach him to inspire his men. Yeah. There's another one. Kingdom of Orient. What? That's Greek. Kind of makes me wonder, have they ever made any attempted reconquests? Get the Chancellor active again now that we have a non-aggression pact with the Guptas, and let's try the same thing for Turan. Kushansia. And the fair Kutal. Let's have boiled mutton stew for once. Just increased martial a bit, which would add a little more to the levy size. A horse merchant is here at the fair, claiming to breed horses in the area, in the wild areas of the Fergana Valley. He claims rather boldly that the horses of Fergana, such as those he sells, are always of wonderful quality because these breeds are from a strain of supernatural stallion, a gift from the heavens. I am interested in that horse over there. Yes, that one. Hope you catch that disease, you dummy. My daily routine involves repeatedly swinging my blade at a Trini dummy. However, I can only learn so much from fighting an inanimate enemy, and the practice gets dreadfully dull after a while. I could use someone to train with. Like this sickly person who's got a melodious voice. He has a pleasing voice that sounds like the singing of birds or a choir of angels. Does anybody want these prisoners? Because I don't know how long they've been here, and I want them out of here. Every little bit helps. There are a number of Khotanese in my realm, and they have approached me offering their services. The Khotanese of the Turan Basin are renowned for their piety as Buddhists, which indulge them with much ability in the cultural sphere. While their acumen cannot compare with the profit-loving Sogdians, they're also capable merchants. Very well, I hope they will help us. How many people we're bringing to court exactly? You brought 3 of them. Okay, let's meet them. Here is Panakana Navatunopil, who's Vajrayana Buddhist, patient, stubborn, lustful. Don't look at me. This man is Merlimin Nava Alekum. The Veda, cheerful, lustful. Gosh. And now here's one more. Kunala Nava Usli. Not a Theravada Buddhist. This one, he's the best of the bunch. But again, we tolerate Buddhists because we're allowed to have, well, marriages with them and one another. And yeah, we did sign an non-aggression pact, which will remain so for a long time. Even though they wish to be Chakravarti, but I cannot guarantee it. Not if the Turan have anything to say about it. Which they are the strongest empire in the world unless they get their act together. Which is, you know, how it works. I pass by a small river and I see a turtle sitting by it. And actually just sits there doing nothing, not giving a damn. In a way, it looks kind of formidable. Well, there is a river. Don't ask me what the name of that river is to me, or that river. In fact, that's in Tajikistan area. Is Kuta. And as far as I'm concerned, Samarkand. I know there isn't a river right now that you could see, but in Crusader Kings 3, they do have a river visible that flows, you know, through Samarkand into Bukhara, into the Amudaya. It's called the Zirafshan River. I'll just say, lazy little bugger. I don't think she would be the kind of woman that would say the word bugger. This may be a stupid idea, but I don't think he'll accept it, but I'm going to ask for a privilege since I am a powerful vassal, the most powerful of all vassals, to provide liege for privileges on grounds of needing money and levies for defending my lands against foreign invasions. Chance of success depending on my traits, liege's traits, as well as the opinion. Yeah, it ain't gonna work, but hey, give it a try. He'll definitely say no. Watch. One eye. Have you lost your mind? Did you seriously expect me to just grant you power on the grounds of needing to protect your lands and therefore my realm? Maybe that lie could work on another fool. Until then, over my dead body. Seems you wish your dead body already. I mean, it's gonna be a revolt war, but it's not independence what I would want. But I'll just say, damn, I thought he was more stupid than this. If he had his way, he's like, I'm going to eat you for this! Married to a nice-looking sunken blonde who is, deaf. Where did you find her? Slave market? Was she a slave girl? My faithful and trusted hunting dog has finally taken his last breath. Long as he served me as I first seen him, it's probably now it's time to bury your old friend. Well, I will bury him quietly in a council garden. Not proper funeral because I don't think people would like that because he was a rowdy dog. Plus, we don't bury dog. Well, hold on. Do you Zoroastrians, any of you viewers who are practicing Zoroastrians or people who have knowledge about Zoroastrianism, and to a lesser degree its heresies, what do they do with dogs? Do they get the same treatment as the humans? You know, the sky burial and everything? Do they get that of their beloved pet dogs? Does anybody know? A rivalry war. My lady, there is a noble warrior at the gate. He says he is a veteran of many battles and desires to become a champion of your house. He praises your wisdom and honor and pledges to always defend you and your household if you accept him in your retinue. Welcome. We do need all the help we can get for the freedom of the Sogdian nation. He is brave and strong. That's all we need to know about him. He is a soldier. Move the capital back to Samarkand. Make another preparation by training the troops to increase the levy size more, and as well as, yes. Any other structures to build? Hospital eventually. Move to Samarkand. Okay, you have gone too far. Civil war in China. I need a loyalist. You, friend. That's because they're Afghan Buddhists, that's why. And there's this place in Turan. It's separate, so... They really think they want to take it over. Oh yeah, the Bulgar is falling apart. Losing their clans as they decided to become independent. So the Bulgar threat against Sogdian interests is over. Truly. And I'm happy about that. While at the same time we will continue to improve relations. You know what? I want every one of my children to be ambitious. This is a generation of ambitious children. Except for her, because she has to be the good wife for the future Shansha, the future King of Kings. Let's have a non-aggression pact. Hold on. Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze. Nope, wait. Yeah, I was going to sneeze. I don't know what's going on. So, does anybody else want independence? Because I'm willing. Kawazam wants independence, but clinically insane. Yeah. And this one, Count Vaksu, who's of the Hunas Kurmazda. Oof. The Shaka culture has become a bit too prominent. Khotan back then used to be Sogdian, but it became Shakan, which is actually true to history, as that area over there remains so. But further up is mainly Tokharian, as there are Tokharian entities still around. That's good to know. But if you fight against a country that's of a Western protector, then you're dealing with a protector general who doesn't have land, but he's from there. Fuck. Granddaughter. There we go. Non-aggression pact. Wait for their massive armies to pass through, as they're going to be down there. I think that's when we will strike at the opportunity to fight for independence and go straight to the capital to take a couple of holdings, and it'll be without a hitch. And as well as them dealing with other religious revolts. Oh yes, you Khotanese, you could be my advisor. Eek. Let's hope for that. But I still have the fighting skill. I still have what it takes to lead the armies to victory. What's the levy size right now? Almost full. You just want to come prepared. That would be for the best. So it'll probably be later this year. I'll tell you what. After the Gesture Set It festival, that's when we shall declare war officially. This rock is unusually shaped. I found it in my garden, and I find it an interesting little thing. It is for it is beautiful, unearthly so, almost like a gemstone away. Maybe it's a good sign from the Naya. I'll keep it for now anyways. Special rock for the next 5 years. This character possesses a beautiful, unique rock. Sartosh satrapy against them? No, don't do that. That'd be a terrible idea. In fact, why is that there? Do we not have a non-aggressive pact? Yes, we do. Even beyond independence, they continue to build up. I decided to tour Samarkand to receive a donation of my subjects. As my open carriage took a turn past the scroll depository, I suddenly heard a whizzing sound of an arrow flying past mere inches from my head. My God, they're gonna kill us all! I've been caught dead in the deadly crossfire. One of the arrows digs in my shoulder. As I struggle to remove it, the final blow is delivered. An arrow strikes my temple. My head is thrown back to left. This was no bowman. Princess Yenna orchestrated this. You're a kinslayer now. What have you done? Queen Chat ascended to heaven. She was murdered on the orders of Queen Yenna of Sogdiana. Never succeeded in making a name for herself. Chat's most notable deed was participating in the construction of great works, which she will never see finished. Yeah, great works as in the great military of Sogdiana, which will now be under the command of Vienna. My goodness. Queen Yenna, having mastered many skills, she is sure to be admired by her subjects. Long live the Queen, but has she realized what she has done? Duchy of Fergana. Do I have that title? Well, it's only for these two areas, so guess it makes sense. You can have the duchy, but that's the only thing I shall give it to you. Has she realized what she has done? Her ambition. You're a kinslayer, so not everybody will support you for this. You've made a terrible mistake. It's dishonorable. Very, very dishonorable. Go for Marceltine's book while she's still young at the age of 24, which means that weapon training will not be necessary as it's less than 30. She's got her armor and axe, book, but her intrigue is high enough where even herself she cannot be assassinated by her opponents. You'll be disbubbled. A realm can hardly function. It's often without strong contribution from ruler's spouse. I could delegate some task of rulership from my husband, thereby allowing me more time to focus on other tasks, which I believe will do so the best focus on, well, for matters of diplomacy and politics, because I lack diplomacy now because I killed my mother. So I take full responsibility for that. She becomes widely disliked, but if she's ever deposed, be sure to put the vote on, you know, her brother. Casa. Despite his flaws. Yeah. He'll do. My sisters and my brothers dislike me. Because they know what I've done. But gosh, this is what it's come to. Like, even if after independence that issues are gonna rip Sogdiana apart. There is no loyalist device, so the best way you could give is this one. Yeah, it's just going to be widely disliked. And until you recover from consumption, you'll do. I'll have him a favor. Soon they will come to understand. But since I have military education, so I kind of decided this. Where's the armor? Since she's a woman of militaristic principles, that's the armor. And as far as headgear is concerned, this one makes her a little more grand. Look closely now. This is just, I'm gonna be wearing this for now until Sogdiana is free. You got that? So my only focus is war. And since I am a Kinslayer right now, but I don't think I would want to challenge against my brothers. It's like, you want this? You come and fight me. But, you know, I could easily kill you. But no, that'd be too easy. But again, if they want the proper male heir, it's gonna be my brother, in case I fall in battle or get assassinated. But in the meantime, who is your patron angel? A Meritat immortality for even more health. But now the other question is, who is your patron deity of the Zavanan faith? Well, the issue is that, so it's likely going to be Desi, the bountiful one. I'll keep looking. It will be Desi, the bountiful one. And this may sound rather morbid, but despite the fact that I'm the one who ordered a hit on my mother, as my mother is there, it falls upon me to bring her to the mountains. She'll be offered to the birds of prey, and in death, she will generously share her flesh of all living creatures. May her spirit soar into the heavens. I shall take her to the mountains myself. Brawny, stubborn, ambitious. For now, just a woman in uniform until the nation is free. And I regret nothing. But as a show of kindness, you will be the commander and treasury guard, and you are the prince. My lady, her son has found a library. A scribe catches me. An old book from Queen Chat. When I joined a close suspension, degree of assessment. Old indeed, I sneeze. We should have someone to care for it. Many sins. It's a good book, actually. I'll pay to maintain it. I'll pay it big time. A lone hermit. On my way to the mountains, I encounter a lonely hermit. He doesn't own much besides a wore-down tent, an old sick horse, along with a few sheep, but the old man invites me to drink some salted tea with him. As I talk, I realize I am enjoying his company. I can become charitable at any given time. But there's not a lot of people that like me, but I'll say, why don't you join us? A man named Devashti will join. Wise old man. I may be a Kinslayer, but I guess he's not that wise, but He's 40 years old. So. Yipe. But he only understands the sword, so... In fact, how'd you like to be the marshal? He won't like me, but hey, it's a start. At least we'll have a less malcontent council. They'll come around to understand. And drain the troops again. That makes me an uncivilized dueler. A woman dueling other women. In the meantime, after reaching the mountains, I carefully place the body in what I deem a good location. I can already hear the vultures soaring above me as I perform the necessary rituals. When I start to make my way back down, it doesn't take long until the vultures begin to tear at the flesh with both beak and claw. You are with Nanaya now, Mother. Even though I only killed you because I want the throne, and I want to be the one to stake my name for the Sogdian War of Independence. Who would want a free nation to be led somebody who's nicknamed the Ill Ruler? I will be its liberator, not you. But one day I will try to atone for my sins. My infancy has been defined by brawls, fights, and physical contests. I was never fond of playing with other girls who I found annoying and futile, instead preferring the company of boys that I grew up. It's time to see if I'll be a Tommy boy for my life, or if instead follow a more traditional role. This is what I was talking about in the previous episode, about women don't get a lot of martial education, and this is a rare occurrence, but now they do have this as an option. Follow a education that isn't a military education. But I will say I will be a maverick forever. And after the war focus, after Sogdian Independence, I will switch my focus towards intrigue. So that way we can get rid of those pretenders. I mean, it's not a hereditary monarchy, but it's elected still. We just gotta knock out every potential elector. You're already a kinslayer, and I guess killing some more may sound ideal if you want to keep the throne. You'll soon understand why. You will. After all, you're an honest Zoroastrian, so... And not to mention you're a Zervanist. Let's hold the Jushin Sedet festival. My mother promised that she would hold a festival for this year prior to the beginning of the Independence War, which we need more money to finance such a war. But according to legend, Persian King Husheng discovered a secret of fire in the Hall of Pest and brought it to benefit all people. We Mazdas celebrate this with the Jushin Sedet festival. It is held to honor fire and to defeat the forces of darkness, frost, and cold. Send out the invitations. We need to win the respect for everyone. They may not like me, but gotta fulfill the wishes. A festive move is in the air. Bonfires are being built near the temples and lakes. Fathers are taking their sons to gather wood for the pyres, while women prepare food for the festival. Whoever does not give a branch, may God not grant their wish. Soon the fires are lit. As part of the Jushin Sedet, Mobads blessed their communities with the Atish Niyayesh, the Lanity of Fire. As a sovereign, I'm expected to attend the ceremony in my capital. As a brilliant strategist, this blessing shall aid me in battle. I'm a diligent liege for the next 5 years. Morale of armies up, just to motivate them more. Large smuggler operation. Well done. So we have another source of income. In my dream, I see a tall figure with a golden mask approach, coming closer and closer and closer. And then I'm suddenly awake by my servant. Wake up! We're here. Are you okay? Wake up. Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What was that? Just gained a bit of piety. A group of priests carried the sacred fire to the throne room. My vassals followed them and directed to their seats by servants. Let us celebrate the glory of Ormazd. What was that golden masked person? Could this be a sign? You think it was him? You think it was my mother? No. We gave her a sky burial. I gave her the sky burial despite the fact I'm the one that killed her. But nevertheless, for the next year, and they'll respect me more because we held that Sadid festival. And the vassal opinion will be up. More prestige and piety. Try to win the respect of the people. Ah, here's another. Hold a feast. And then celebrate Nowruz in spring. Okay, next year. After Nowruz. The traveling dancers first dance for us, and while dancing to the fast and glad tune which made me want to dance, I invited everyone to join them. I danced until I panted and my face was red. Had to sit down and rest for a while, watching the dancers and the courtiers having more fun in a long time. I'd like to hire you for my feast. The best part about preparing a feast is to decide what foodstuff to serve. Must purchase venison, boar, duck, spices, wine and ale, honey for desserts, cheeses, and perhaps a swan or a peacock. Well, I do have this Unash cookbook, which is thanks to my grandfather, the Grand Patriarch. So yes, he wrote this. So wow. I will see to it that we make an use of existing recipes for inspiration. Most of the preparations for the feast have been made. I only have to send out the invitations. Hereby I invite you to see who's coming and who's not. Not him, not him, not this man. Plenty. Oh gosh. You're gonna need a tannery. Don't worry, you'll be out of debt soon. Guests have finally arrived. All is ready. The cooks have worked day and night preparing the food, and the castle's never looked lovelier. Welcome to my feast. Hold on. Kushanakunak. There you go. Kushanakunak cut the throat of one of my servants when a clumsy man spilled wine over his garb. Oh, and another thing about my mother. She was never just. I wish to be the opposite. If you want to be the beneficial ruler for a free Sogdiana, you gotta be just. Imprison him. Plus, that man could be a danger. Because of his high intrigue. He could be one of the backers of those who would wish to see my downfall. So imprison him. You cannot revoke his title, but wish I could banish him to get all the money that would be needed for the war chest. In fact, get rid of that. So now I have 3 traits, because this is a health-related trait. So you have stubborn, ambitious, and just. So this character has a well-developed sense of justice, a trait much respected by vassals and courtiers. As I said, I want to win over my vassals and the people, by me being just. Plus a little more stewardship would help to get rid of that inefficient domain. So massive wealth. Since you got consumption, I know you're not going to be around for long, so suggest you give me that money now. Thank you very much. Keep an eye on her. She could be a potential assassin. Unless I marry her off to some other place for a potential alliance. And I think I know who already. Anybody from the Turan? As I said, I need to get her out of Sogdiana. She should not be here. She's ambitious. She's a danger to the society. Yes. Despite the age difference, do not care. What the heck is that? Oh. That. Bulgar converted that as they live in the area. So now we have a non-aggression pact with the Empire again. But that's due to marriage ties. At least the spy master likes me now. It's time for Nowruz. A new year shall soon be upon us in the world of Iran. From the snow-capped Pamir Mountains to the fertile plains of Mesopotamia shall soon be celebrating this holiday which is observed since ancient times. This year I intend to make Nowruz a spectacle to remember for years. Let's make the preparations. First begin by clearing out the entire residence. Which, again, it's her first time. There you go. Nowruz has officially begun. I wake up in the morning full of energy and excitement before doing anything of importance. First taste honey thrice and light 3 candles before speaking to anyone to ensure good luck and ward off disease. Now that's taken care of. Time to prepare for the court ceremony. I welcome Nowruz in a lavishly decorated hall. My servants have placed silver and gold plates and vases filled to the brim with fruits and colorful flowers. All throughout and it looks beautiful. As custom has it, I'm first greeted by a court astronomer. He kisses the ground and congratulates me on the new year and wishes me good fortune and prosperity for the coming year. Yes, the Sogdian year. Good. Now let the musicians and singers come in. We might have some unwelcome guests coming in, because I see those raiders moving to Samarkand. All is festive and joyful as the musicians and singers come in. And my courtiers said their assigned locations. As the highest ranking member of the court, I have the right to choose whichever song I want the musicians and singers to perform first. There are many songs traditionally performed during Nowruz, and only Nowruz, after all. Perhaps I'd like to hear the grand Nowruzi Bozorg, or the more softer and more exotic Nowruzi Wahawi, or maybe the uplifting spiritual body Nowruzi. And there's also the sweet, lovely Take Peruzi. Play the majestic Nowruzi Bozorg. You need a lot of prestige. People will like you more if you got a higher amount of prestige. As part of the Nowruz celebration, I exchange presents, usually sugar, with friends and loved ones. It's only by 1 year, so I'll say I can only afford little of money for all of you. Because we're trying to save up money for the war effort. That would be coming up. This year's Nowruz is nothing but short of exciting and fun. But alas, all good things come to an end. And the world begins to calm and settle down and return to my normal routine. May this year be a good one. Wait for the raiders to do something. No, they're just passing by. Never mind. Good riddance. But look at me, with armor and axe. Pretty much tells you she's ready for war. Although she has no leadership traits, despite the fact that she's a brilliant strategist. But that may soon change. But for now, just save up your money. Need at least 500 or so you can hire mercenaries. Particularly the Jurchen band, which have been proved to be useful for us. I mean, he has a lot of money too, but even he has his limits. Become volatile now. They call Yenna the Twister. What do they mean by the Twister? It's because she's a Kinser, as in, like, she just twists her words around, you know, and all that. Or due to her being ambitious. I don't know. It's an odd nickname that they gave her this early on. Really odd. A lot of revolts. You know, whilst he's over there, the majority of the forces are up there, so... Again, wait until you reach 500. Stewardship gain. Permanent. It's good. Oh gosh, he's bedridden. I might lose him soon. I didn't even have a core decision at all. Scouts bring word of a mystic blind man that supposedly works miracles. He appears around villages and cures all manner of ailments afflicting the peasants. There are even rumors that he made a lame man be able to walk again. Peasants call him Pizak the Blind. A gift of gold would convince him to come to the court. Spending big money for this. Not to mention need a loyal servant and my pot. Let him pass through. Really bad flu for him. And I lost my link to the Parthian blood. Need someone with good skills. That's who you should marry, regardless of age. Doesn't matter what you say. I mean, the man is ugly, but he's the best option we got because he's honest, he's content, especially content. That's what you want. Now, these two children here are going to have to be special and have to pay very close attention. Plus, it gives me the money. Here's amassed wealth. Now you build a war chest for war taxes. You may not like me, but I need your diplomacy. Lately, it seems I heard nothing bad about the Vastis, or whispers of incompetence, or documents are proven as corruption slipped under my bed last night. I refuse to believe the accusation or order investigation or source which revealed the involvement of my brother. Of course it would be you. You'll pay for this. You will soon. How dare you try to discredit? Who do you think you are? You and I are gonna settle this when this nation is free. 1616 will be the year. 616, there you go. Just got a big source of income now. I'd like to make a friend. Nice hat. It's part of the Syrian culture. Which I'll have to start swaying you if we want to get along, as you will be disbubbled. But beware, let the big army pass. But in the meantime, we should hold a Sogdian fair. I know what I'm gonna eat exactly. Oh, excuse me. I'll survey the realm when the land is free. I will not end this episode until this independence war finally occurs. At the fair, I met a number of Sogdian merchants. One of them seems to have made a fortune on the trade routes connected to the city of Turfan, nicknamed Chinese Town, Chinatown, by the Sogdians due to its large Chinese presence. He claims the brothels are there. The brothels there are some of the best in the world. Its beautiful courtesans having pleasured travelers and merchants for centuries. Do you have any idea who you're talking to? I'll just say, well, it's interesting. Fried fish. That's what I want. The Silk Road is like the glue that binds people of different faiths and cultures. At this fair, I'm meeting Manichaeans, Christians, Muslims, nature worshippers, Buddhists, Hindus from places far away as Iran, China, Russia, Egypt, Greece, people from every corner of the world. Talk with foreigners to understand their ways and language. Picked up prestige. We're waiting for the right opportunity to engage such a war because we need to get them away from within Sogdian territory since they're going from one part of them to the other. Since there's so much conflict and none of them threatens our territories. And neither are the Bulgars. But in the meantime, save my princess. Just castle towns for now. Which is a good sign. It's almost like you almost completed all that. No killing. Migrants been arriving at Kotal. Small migration. I guess they came from Hindustan. Yes. Good job. Just save merely doing his job. Massive recruitment drive. My studies and training have taught me that the general tactics of flanks and center, but I can hardly master everything. Outflanking the enemy is tried and true. So I'll be a flanker. Have to take up the right flank. Master of the Royal Elephants of Turan? What kind of culture do you think we are? Boom times ahead. But for now we'll follow the policy of segregation. Because, I have, says this policy will test your stewardship, as I have high stewardship, so that's the way it's gonna be. Well, they're getting away from here, so I believe the time is now. Wait. This is a perfect opportunity because small numbers of their troops. The council's no longer discontent. Nobody wants independence, but I do. What happened to... That's a... Oh, hey. Yeah, my sister. Alright, congratulations, you're the new emperor. And he's a Kurmasta! He's of a Kurmasta faith. He's our religion. What happened? Oh, he got assassinated, and therefore he's in. And, that may spell trouble for the Iranian Empire because it's of a wrong religion and the majority of his vassals are no doubt Orthodox Zoroastrians. That means it's going to cause trouble. But he'll still have the support of the potential vassal allied troops, if any, at all. Slavs are taking over on that part of Europe. There's no better opportunity than now, but... Listen, whether you like it or not, I want you to see you prove your conduct. Check your commanders before you declare that war. We have some good ones, but not a lot. I need at least one good commander with me. Invited warrior. At 332. Oh, come on. It's the best that the nation has to offer? Fine. So it's a limited number of these. So this is what's going to happen in future. One, we will declare a war of independence, and then a couple of years after independence, then we'll fight them again to reclaim Fergana. Because that is part of the Sogdian land, rather than Chakan. So we feel it's about damn time. That's what a free Sogdiana looks like. Everybody must gather at Samarkand. What else some may get and all that. Thanks to his connections, my Bozog Vamadar recently came to me with an idea to reinforce our troops with foreign recruits. Plans to send an envoy, ask around his acquaintance, Feroz Dukuri Ekshid Chat. He's an Afghan Buddhist who's currently at war against our former liege. Go ahead with the plan. See if it works. Again, the reason we are defeated because we're trying to get to the area. Gather here. But as long as they do not take any of our holdings, we will win this war. And it'd be better if we win a couple battles against them, and as well as taking their capital, just to devastate the area. Here I am. Come on, gather around to Otsana. He's returned from his meeting to propose to receive a host of soldiers. In return, we make it public of our gratefulness and the magnanimity of a foreign power. It will cost us a lot of prestige. How much? Oh, not much. We'll get more prestige after we win this war. I'll accept that. These are foreign recruits of Afghans serving in the Sogdian Army. So yeah, they're mad at us now. They're heading to Fergana. I will take the flank. You can have that flank. No. You have the center. I'll have this flank even though the man's absent-minded. They're heading to Dasha Woods, but wait 8 days. We'll engage him over there. They're getting away. This is what happens when you have a large body of troops. Heading to Samarkand. Stop right there. Wait until the movement is locked. It's only Turani Army, there's no commanders. They just hired mercenaries. Just as expected. We don't need mercenaries right now, we got foreign recruits, so we should manage. Riding through the steppe, I see a group of pompous soldiers coming from my unit. Weapons raised. When they are finished with us, all my men are dead. I sink to my knees in the mud, wondering why I'm still here. Who's that? A Mongol Buddhist who is a vegetarian and suffered consumption. Where is the enemy commander? I'll kill him myself. I was chasing Bekuya through the steppe where Varam Varzad shoved me aside. So I'll take this one, my lady, clumsily swinging his spear. How chivalrous. He's a brave, ambidextrous fellow. Never thought I would see a man of cloth armed with a weapon. I could have sworn I heard the enemy commander barking orders. Search the steppe is nowhere to be found. A fellow soldier finally informs me he's been spotted cowering far back behind a fallen tree, and most disgracefully behind his troops. Yeah, he's been wounded, took a cracked ribs by, taking a hit by a swinging spear. I'll do it on myself. The sun is beginning to set as I met with Beku. My Sogdian battle axe ready after he clumsily dodges one attack. My next one lands perfectly. Frantically, the man attempts to cover his injured eye. I've really seen so much blood. No mercy for you. One last thing. That was one of their sub-commanders. Keep that well in mind. Some of you are getting prestige for this. But it would be best to try to capture the leader. The Kagan. We need to get him. Movement locked. We shall meet, hopefully. How much? There he is. We'll crush his army. While we are marching over the plains, when one of my officers mutters, "Once I'm back in Samarkand, I'm giving up this soldiering life, and maybe I will be a baker," I chuckle, considering my own strategic aspirations. What about you, my lady? What would you focus on in the future? I'm a flanker, but I'll say, I will never surrender a fight. Unyielding, it's much better for defense. Didn't she used to have the defender leadership trait? I guess it disappeared. But nevertheless, this is an improvement. Because of morale, defense, and defense. Let's take it to Fergana. Chinese seekers of fortune have traveled much to the Silk Road to come to our realm. They believe they could find suitable employment in my court, since they come from the most sophisticated, urban, just, advanced, and cultured empire in the world. Surely the adventures of having them with us are many. I, for one, await the day when the Chinese will take over the world. You got 4 more. This is Hongbi de Beer. Calm voiced man. Stewardship, also a Buddhist. Oh, this man. A commander, alright. Mengan. This is Zongran. Into intrigue. And Yukon. Who isn't much skilled except for learning. We do need more capable commanders in our ranks, so you're in. We'll have the Chinese commander with us. To be at least one of our sub-commanders. Panjikint. Dashwoods. Need everybody. Blasted raiders. But I think dealing with the enemy would be more important. Teach him to be unyielding. I'm on a break from working on my book. I've been sitting in hours in the courtyard watching knights ride the Quatain. I am certain I'm about to grasp some kind of insight from repeated motions. Yet my head is only filled with the pounding of horse hooves. Suddenly the flicker of torches makes me realize the night has fallen. I could do this all night. Maybe I should. Diarrhea. That hurts the combat skill a bit. But don't care. Eat 10 apples a day to treat my diarrhea. You called the Kagan during this War of Independence. Oh, from way over there in Mongolia. They're not stopping. Coughing now. Yes, no, maybe. Now vomiting. Probably a flu or pneumonia, as this one physician says. Not appropriate right now. I'm sick. %100% war score. Get back to Samarkand. Okay, it's a flu, but it's mild illness. You'll be fine. As long as you know what you're doing. Told me to undress and kneel with my buttocks raised. This was awkward enough. When I saw the instrument in his hands, I almost bolted. Must have noticed because he patted calmly on the shoulder, told me to stop clenching. I actually feel better. Wait until we reach the borders of Sogdiana, and then okay, they took down that fort, but they're not gonna give me a moment. On this day, the 1st of January, after a year and 5 months, Sogdiana is once again a free nation. Put the crown focus on Kotal. First things first. Put down those rebels and appoint a domain overseer. God, none of you are good except maybe him. Put him in charge for now, until we have a proper replacement. With the winning of our independence, so this treaty will last for 10 years. But now you must defend Sogdiana with all your might. The Gupta empires have split again. They successfully vassalized the Afghan Buddhists, but Turan is now split. If they cannot connect through Sogdiana, these realms will go independent, and Suren, the Empire of Iran Shah, will have their chance to take it all back. Now let's get down there and drive them out. Volatile province removed. He'll do. He'll be provided with the necessary funds to increase the stability of some of the more unruly areas. No longer have the flu. Now these raiders will be dealt with, and we'll all settle down. As we're getting rid of the volatility in Sogdiana. Didn't work. Very strong independent realm. We know one day he may pass away of old age. And when the new one takes over, don't want to be doing that. That one day we will take Fergana, because that's what's going to be like in the future war. Claim the entirety of the Duchy of Fergana. You'll have the duchy, the entire land, this will all go to me, even though it'll prove too much for me to hold, so... That means I got to appoint a vassal to hold this duchy, this satrapy, this Ekshid. But now, it is Ekshid, and there's me, the Queen. The Khanate of Sogdiana is free. Sign your post. No friends, but I have a couple of rivals. And this Shannon. And there's that prince who one day we gotta deal with. I could see it uphold a duel for honor, but I don't want to kill him. Just want to teach him a lesson. At least we cooperate. But when these children grow up, whoever's the most qualified will have it, because they are important right now. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, oh, we're gonna have to deal with you. Ladies and gentlemen, Sogdiana is free, and this will begin a new chapter for Sogdiana. And the real question is, can we maintain this kind of freedom, even though we hold most of the land to ourselves mainly? But of course, I can't, really go for the whole idea of very high centralization, as we're far away from legalism 5 to make that happen. Far from it. So we got a lot more work to do as a free nation. What if it's donated to charity, search the domain for resources for more income, all that and more for the next episode of Sogdia. And until then, so long for now. Salute to the homeland.